How's it going, folks? Well, we are headed up to the farm today. We've got a few things we're going to try and get done. I've got both girls in here with me today. We're going to try and get a few things done. So the last two calves that we had, when they were first born, Josh's knee's still a little messed up, so he was not able to really get down and try to get them tagged and banded. And so now they are a couple weeks old and are fast as lightning. And so I've got a calf catcher that I got last year and never got around to getting it hooked up to the four-wheeler. If you don't know what a calf catcher is, I guess I'll show that to you here in just a little bit, but it's going to take a little bit of MacGyvering to get it hooked up on the front. I got the back end fixed the other day, but where it attaches to the four-wheeler on the front, got to do some brainstorming. So I'm going to stop by Tractor Supply, get some bolts and some metal, and we will get that hooked up. Got a band to and tag to, and if there were any born last night, I guess we'll do the same thing to them. But I'll take you all along for the ride, and when you're not with me, I guess you'll be hanging out in the yard with Miss Lucy and Maddie. So here we go. All right. So for starters, there is for sure one new calf, maybe more. So that means there's three that I got to catch today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. But we do have little Lucy out in the sunshine. It's finally warm enough to get her out, and it seems like every time that I get the camera on her, she just is screaming. So they're gonna sit here and hang out with me for a bit while I hook up this thing. So if you've never seen one of these, this is what they call a calf catcher. And so it kind of works as a sidecar on the four-wheeler. So the four-wheeler will be backed in here. This hooks up to the hitch on the back. And there's an opening here. It's kind of dark, but there's an opening. And so I'll be sitting, on the four-wheeler just like this. And as I pull the handle here, as I pull this rope, it opens the front doors of this little cage here. And there's this foot pedal down here that'll be kind of right beside my foot on the four-wheeler, and whenever I get beside one of the calves that I want to catch, I just step on that handle or step on that lever down there, and it closes the doors. And I'm sure there's going to be some keyboard cowboy out there somewhere that's going to say that I'm a pansy and I should just be doing it, out in the middle of the field with the mamas right beside of me, and I have. And I did the other day. But that was before this little one showed up. And I've got this. I'm by myself. I don't want to do something to jeopardize my safety now that there's somebody else other than just Maddie that I've got to take care of. So there's no point in doing something to get myself hurt when this is sitting here not being used. So now it's time to get it working, because I don't want to be laid up with a broken leg or heaven forbid something worse, because some ticked off mama got me. So we're going to use it. I just don't really know how. I have been around one of these in the past and had caught a bunch of calves with one in the past, but that was not mine. It was not my four-wheeler, that kind of thing. So I got to figure out how to get it all set up. Stopped and got some extra metal and some bolts. I'm going to get it mounted up here to the front. I'll take you along for the process here. So here's the game plan. So this is kind of how it needs to be. There's this bracket here. I'm going to make sure I don't dump out all my bolts. Put these somewhere safe. So this bracket needs to be on the front here somewhere. Now the safest place would be for it to be inside of here. but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that happen or not because of how this basket is. It makes it so this won't go inside, and so this little pin that you see right here, this pin goes down inside of this ball mount right here. It's kind of like the ball on the lift arms of the tractor, sort of, so it can pivot as the four-wheeler turns and such. So I'm thinking, because it's got these move some stuff here, it's got these brackets like this. Normally what I've seen people do is mount these to like their bumper. We don't have a way to get it to the bumper on this four-wheeler, so I'm thinking I'm going to go to the front of this basket because there's not a lot of weight pushing down on it necessarily. It's just to kind of keep it, you know, stable. So I got some metal for backer plates here, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is mark me a couple holes through this metal here onto my little backer piece of aluminum here, and just kind of sandwich that mesh between this and that backer there. And then I've got these heavy L brackets that came with it that I'll mount to this, and then that big red plate will lay flat on top of these, and then this pin will go down through the center. In theory, we'll see. I'm not a fabricator, so this could just crash and burn. We'll see. All right. Let's see here. So got one backer plate on there, and this is not how it's going to stay. I just kind of wanted to get one on there at least to then try and line some things up. So I'll go ahead and get the other one on here and then work on tightening stuff down and figuring out where it really needs to go. And hopefully this will work. I hope. This basket's just bolted on too, but we'll see. It might be that it just breaks off and I've got to buy Josh a new basket. Who knows? So, ran into a few issues, but I think I'm getting there. So I've got this bracket on, this bracket on. I was going to try and make them level, and then once I got ready to do that, I realized for this to swivel, this is going to be lower. So for now, it's just going to stay like this. Then I realized that I was one bolt short, so I found one in the toolbox. I still need to go find a washer for that. It's just a tad short though. So might have to go look and see if I can't find another bolt for that. But I think everything's going to work as long as I just get everything tightened up. We should be good. And I am right about there for sure being one little new calf, because I saw him running around out through there and yelling. So this isn't for nothing. Hopefully we can get this done. The girls got a little chilly, so they went in the house. But I got to be doing this pretty quick because I know they don't want to stay here all day. So we're going to go fly like the wind some more and try to get this finished. Supposed to take off this inner tire, I believe. I'm going to try to do it without it because I don't think these calves are going to run too awful bad from me today. We'll see. I think it might have something to do with the way that it turns. I don't know. This is still a learning curve for me. I can already tell I need to lower the front of it down because back end's about to scrape the ground, so I'm going to lower the front back down. I kind of picked it up a little bit, but I need to lower it back down so it kind of levels out just a little. This thing is wide, that's for sure. Hope I can make it all the way down the road with it. This is where I'm really worried that I'm going to have some issues, is if those tires go down in a rut and it just kind of drags along. I'm worried that I might have some problems here, but we'll go slow and see what happens. A little bit more than I'd bargained for. I think I'm seeing now why you take that tire off. Yesterday when I was out here, my camera died, and kind of glad it did, because that ended up being a complete train wreck. Trying to get that calf catcher moved around, and it's just too heavy for the four-wheeler. Wasn't working out right, so I did end up getting that new calf yesterday tagged. Was not able to catch the two older calves. Josh is up here with me today though. We got it back out again because there's another calf today. So I was expecting to see her yesterday, but she did not have it yesterday before I left. What worries me though is it is the crazy cow that we got just a couple weeks ago. She is already staring at us, and we're a good good distance away from her still, so we'll see what happens. Well, we didn't quite get that on video, but we did get him taken care of. I'll flip you around here. Healthy little bull calf, which is now a steer calf. Got him banded and tagged. And then right here's the little one from yesterday that I didn't get on there. It was a little heifer calf. Well, we tried one more time with the calf catcher to catch those two calves that are older, and they're really, really fast. But there's only one more cow to calve that has any Hereford in her, and the faces on those two baldy calves are so distinguishable. It's not going to matter. We're going to be catching them on here in the next month to vaccinate everything, deworm everything, and it'll be easy to know which two those belong to. So, you know, we've got one more, like I was saying, we got one more baldy left to calve. And so worst comes to worst, there's 3 baldy calves. You don't know what I'm talking about. That's 3 black, white-faced calves. Worst comes to worst, there's going to be 3 of them without tags, and they'll be easy to tell who's who. So we're not going to worry too much about trying to catch them. We are going to go over here and log on our computer or on our notebooks on. Why does this tractor not want to start? Oh my goodness.